Hey guys, it's Jason with your Hopium Free Crypto channel. Today we're going to look at Ethereum. We're going to update that after the major crash. What's going on? Where are the lows? Where are the buy points? What can we expect next? So make sure you subscribe to the channel. Hit that like button if you find some value from the content. We're updating these things on the daily, doing as many videos as possible to help you guys out. So make sure you hit the bell notification icon, subscribe, like, you get the deal. Let's dive in. There are a lot of new people on the channel. Just want to say thank you very much. We've hit 150,000, so stick around for the journey. We're here right the way through the Bitcoin bull, and we'll be here in the bear because the bear market is where you make the most money. So make sure you do hit that subscribe button. Now, if you don't know where I've come from, I've been trading for 11 years using Gann theory and Wyckoff theory. And Wyckoff I found very, very useful in the crypto market. So it's been quite some time that I've been looking at these charts, and I started with futures market, so trading on leverage, whereas with crypto, I don't think we really need to be trading on leverage, especially for new people. There's a lot of gains to be made without the leverage, but I don't have anything against it. It's just other ways. If you are more skilled, boom, get yourself into the market, get some leverage going, but make sure you've got a plan. Talking about plans, Ethereum, our plan is doing quite well. We have seen several days down. So we've got 1, 2, 3 days down from the highs, but from the current high, which was $4,384, we've now seen an extension of the move down here. Now, you guys know that I've been following the channel a while. I use bars, white, boring, basic bars, because that helps me see the patterns. It's the way I learned when I was learning Gann theory and Wyckoff theory, and this just seems to stick with me more so. But if you've got other ways of doing stuff, put your candles on. It's just the default of TradingView, which you can find a link to in the description as well. So looking at this, we got 1, 2 days down, 1 day up, 3 days down. So we're getting an extension to the downside. Are we getting that in price as well? So what we're going to have a look at is this fib tool, top to bottom. You just see a whole lot of lines come out again, and we anchor it to this next top. So we're measuring the next levels, and we have seen an extension of the move down. So this is the range that we're looking at. We measure it from this top because this is a swing. So we had a move up, and that changed the market sentiment for a day, and now the market's gone back to a bearish side. So instead of having 2 days down, we've now got 1, 2, 3 days down, plus the price ranges have extended as well. So you can see this is 100%. Now we've gone through, and I'll take this blue line off, I'll move it over. We had this blue line here because that was one of our time frame hits, and 125%, 3100, we've hit that. So now we've done 125% of this first range. So things are extending to the downside. I suspect we'll have a bit of a bounce here, probably up to around 35 to 3600-ish. Around that level, and potentially another move down to around 2800. I'm looking at 2800 because that is the previous highs that we saw some resistance at before we pushed through on our way to, call it 4400 as a round number. I will move this off because this is a short-term move and the horizontal. We have, however, bounced on our major 50% level. That's a good sign for intermediate move. And in terms of a buy, it's a level that I am comfortable with buying more ETH. Even if we do see Ethereum move back down into the mid to high 2000 levels, you're never going to catch the exact bottom, but you're going to have a better idea of where some good buying opportunities are. And rather than buying at these highs, a lot of people were asking that as well. So I think this is a good video to be watching if you don't understand where to buy. Is now a good time to buy? I have no doubts I will see questions in the comments section as well about is now a good time. All I'm going to say is watch the video. Is now a good time? 50% levels from my plan, from my Gann analysis studying, 50% levels are a great time to buy. Doesn't mean we're going to shoot up in the next hour or the next day or week, like back past the old all-time high, but they are safer levels to buy at, because we tend to get support at 50% levels. So if this level doesn't hold, let's look at what happens next. If we buy here, the level doesn't hold, at what point do we think we are about to get toppled over, bull markets off, etc.? I would then use a previous low being a major low in 2020. So I don't want to see the market break down past this level here of around 2200. Now, I have a feeling that we probably won't get that far, and the feeling is more to do with what I see on the chart in terms of the science and the maths of it and what's going on with other people, other market sentiment. And that is these levels here. We had these blue arrows. Here's volume. Here's more volume, and market has been bought up very heavily at around $2,000. So 2,000 is looking like a pretty significant level for Ethereum to hold. And if we did happen to get down to this 22 and we spiked down there, tested these levels, tested this old high, there's a lot of price classes, a lot of price support at this level of around 2,000 to 2,200. We got down there, wicked down, and then came back up. No problems at all. So it's okay to break it, but we don't want to see it start to fall back into this 2,000 level and basically just hold its ground in that level there, because that would be a long way sideways, I think. So that's my levels in terms of where I like safe buying and what happens next so that I don't freak out. So if I do buy at these levels of 3,100, I could expect a market to move down to $22 or $2,000, which is from where we currently are, about 30% down to 40% from that current level. And what I see is still a bullish long-term look at the market. The reason for buying here and not waiting for this level down here is because you don't know if it's going to get that far. This is just an idea to understand where would the market flip from bullish to bearish. Breakdown of that level and a hold in this level of $1,300 to $2,000. That's a lot more bearish to me than if it was to hit 2,200 and then start to form a base above 2,200. So that's how I work my plan to understand where it is that I can feel comfortable with my position. And if you don't understand that and you don't have that, that's a good idea to start doing something in that space. Start formulating your plan. If you want to know more, newsletter down below, drop your email address down there. It's free email once every 2 weeks about cryptocurrency, finance, investing, stocks, property cycles, which we are seeing go nuts. So we do more than just crypto here. So we understand 360, all of the markets going on. So Ethereum, USD, the next level down from what I have at this point. So this is where we currently were at the 50%, 3,200, back to this significant low, because that was a weekly low, meaning it was a macro time frame. Big picture, we're looking at big picture moves here. And that gives us around 2,800. That's why you can see I have some alerts set up here in case we get to that point. I'm pretty comfortable with that. We're going to drop into that 24, 25, anywhere 28. Still pretty cool. Nice spike down, a move above that, and we hold. You can see a lot of volume coming in now on these spikes. So that's a good sign that we should get a little bit of a move up, which we're seeing at the moment. 3,400 is coming through. I'll probably put another alert just above these closes. So you can see a close just here. Market changed on this day. So if we got a close above that 37 level, so around 38, then I would think that maybe we're going to hold at these levels. And this was the low at around 3,100. That's what I've got this in here for now. But right now, that's not a bad area. What do I see coming next? As I mentioned, probably a bounce somewhere to test these levels at 36, maybe 35. Then we'll keep tracking the market day by day. So I really wanted to give you an update here about Ethereum. Is the top in? I think so. Not the final bull market top, but an intermediate top for a couple of main reasons, being that we have seen an extension in time, see more days down than we saw from the top. We've seen an extension in price, meaning the momentum has flipped to the bearish side for the time being. This is only a daily chart. It's not a weekly chart. And so they're two of the main reasons why I think this could be a minor top for now, an intermediate top in the long-term bull market. That even stands if we happen to start, pushing up really quickly into these levels. That's still not a break of the tops. It could fool us. We start to move up. But if we don't get some closes in that level, then I would say that this was all just a bit of a fake move up into these highs before we sort of move away. And we saw that on Bitcoin as well, as it started to try and make its way back to $60,000. Couldn't make it. So just keep in mind, always check a chart. Don't just go off what you're hearing on the internet. Check a chart and see where the market is in regards to what it already has. Essentially what you're doing here is interviewing a market. You have their resume. This is the resume for Ethereum USD. You can see on their resume what they've done in the past. You can track their results. Everything is recorded here for you. If you don't check your resume and you get screwed, it's really your own fault. Don't go blaming other people. So chart, resume, get onto it. You'll understand a lot more. Check the 50%, set your alerts. Buy zones, you can see where I'm looking at those now, and we'll continue to update those in videos to come. If you found some value, let me know. Hit that like button down below, subscribe to the channel, bell notification icon so you can be updated daily with our majors so that we can understand the micros as well. Instagram, Twitter is there. One last thing before I go, I forgot to put out ETH BTC. Looks like we've also hit a bit of resistance for now. You can see that against the BTC chart. So that's up at around 8.3%. If we get a pullback from here, no problems. We would have to expect a pullback after such a massive run. You never know when the tops are coming in, but this looks like it is starting to round over for a top. Remember, let's measure those days again. 1 day, 2 days down. We've only seen 2 days down on the way up. That's it. 2 days max. 2 days here. Basically 1 day here. 1 day here. See that? So it looks like we're starting to get a bit of a rollover against the BTC chart as well. This probably is not a bad time to start switching back to Bitcoin, and I'm seeing that with other charts. So make sure you check out the Cardano video as well, because I see that happening in Cardano as well, being one of the majors in the cryptocurrency market. Ethereum at the top, Cardano also at the top here, which says to me that money is potentially starting to shift back into Bitcoin out of some of these altcoins. That's what I think is happening in the next coming days, maybe a couple of weeks. But overall, Bitcoin videos on the channel so we can see what's going on there as well. So maybe some of these are shifting back into Bitcoin, then potentially out into some fiat while we decide what's going on in Bitcoin, where those levels are before we start in our second leg of the bull market. Thank you once again for your time, guys. I won't repeat all that except for like the video. Until next time, have more fun to get more done.